It is just about 7:50 and a half, and time for Nun Sense. Our MVP, Sister Marilyn Marie Ellenbrock, is here. She is the Director of Faith Formation Little Flower, and it's always a pleasure to have Sister Marilyn Marie on. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning, Sister.
Hey, I'm pretty fabulous this morning. I hope you're doing well also. It's a new year, and it's a holy year. And I've just been doing some research and reflection on what it is that our church engages in when we have one of these special Jubilee years. They don't come very often, and it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to renew myself in that, and it brought back some things that I learned in the year 2000 when we had the last ordinary holy year. So every 25 years or so in current church history, we set this time aside, and it's a special year to look at a couple of things that the church places before us, dating way back to the book of Leviticus in the Old Testament, where God said, okay, it's kind of time for a reset. And the directives that the people were given at that time of, returning land to people that had owned it previously, we may not do that, but land was significant for those people in terms of their identity as God's chosen ones. They received the promised land. And so, I've just been reflecting on that sense that it's taking us back to our roots and our identity as chosen and beloved of God. And secondly, the forgiveness of debt. I can just kind of feel some people cringing on this one. You want me to just let go of that money that somebody owes me? But it's way more than finances for us. Letting go of that grudge or that hurt that we just can't quite move past, either against someone else or even against ourselves. Are we able to allow God's mercy and forgiveness to give us that fresh start? And thirdly, caring for those who are vulnerable. God says again and again, every person deserves respect. Every person deserves care. So those basic premises are always before us in our Catholic faith. But it's as though God says, okay, I realize that we're very forgetful people. Let's renew this. Let's take a year to just kind of remind ourselves of being God's chosen, of being forgiven, and of sharing respect and care for all people. And I love the practice that our church has for these holy years of the Holy Father passing through a holy door in the basilicas of Rome, and this year he added a Roman prison. That we're all called to, leave the stuff behind that's weighing us down and walk through that door of hope and into a new life of grace. And we all have that opportunity. It's for us to choose that. So I'm really very excited. I'm kind of thinking, gosh, can we have a holy door here at Little Flower? Don't know how we would do that, but we're planning on looking at many of these themes during the season of Lent. And so I'm kind of excited to see how it all unfolds.
And I love the symbolism. We are pilgrims of hope, which is, of course, the theme of the Jubilee Year. Just to be able to walk through that holy door, whether, physically there, traveling to Italy, or some way to prayerfully walk through that door into new hope, it really gives you a great feeling and a great sense of new hope.
Yeah, certainly something that we need, all of us in our world today. That there is hope there. It's ours for the taking.
Well, speaking of hope, Sister, I wanted to go to your work in the parish. Director of Faith Formation at Little Flower. You've spent many years working at the parish level, one-on-one with parishioners, working with programs and all those things involved in parish life. We hear so much bad news about what's happening in the church, percentage of Catholics going to Mass, all those things. I have to say, when I'm out, I see some good news. How about you? In your experience in the parish, are you feeling great hope about where we are, where we might be going? Or I know sometimes we kind of get overcome with that kind of dark cloud that everybody is talking about as well. What's your sense at the parish level?
There's a lot of reason for hope. Yes, there's a struggle there too at times, but seeing new people come into the church through OCIA, here at Little Flower through our ACTS program, people whose faith has always been part of their life, but not to the degree that it could be, and like a new birth in that, and just kind of being overwhelmed at what I witnessed there. Mass attendance, our family discipleship academy this year, families who are committing to coming with their children and actually learning and practicing the faith. I find that really hopeful.
Yeah, and I want to say this. I've got a little movement going. I wish everybody would join me. Order of Christian Initiation, OCIA. That's what we're calling the coming forward of those who would like to join the Catholic Church. I've asked that it be introduced as dogma so that we can never change the name again. I can't keep up. I like it. It's a perfect explanation of it, and I say, let's make it unchangeable at this point.
I would so vote for that, and I'll back you up on it because it's a page to change everything that's in print.
Yeah, that's right. So here we go. The movement has begun. Join us in it. God bless you, sister.
Yes.
Boy, always a joy to hear from you.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Sister Marilyn Marie from Little Flower. We always look forward to our chats, and we look forward to the next one.
Amen to that. Love our Tuesdays.